Hey guys, thought this may help. I'm going to go over some of the fishes with you so you have it on video so you can study in case we're out Monday. So, this fish is the Whitetail China, and you can tell it's a Whitetail China because of these two white spots. One here, one here. Its scientific name is Cyprinella galactura. The next fish is a creek chub, and you can tell it's a creek chub because of a few things. One, it has this dark dorsal spot right here. Additionally, it's a very flat head here. Very bulbous fish. Sort of what it looks like there. That is the creek chub. Next, we have a catfish, and this type of catfish happens to be a bullhead. If you notice, adipose fin is poking through there, not one continuous fin, thus it is a bullhead. For comparison reasons, I will show you the Mad Tom next. Again, it is a catfish, just like the bullhead. However, this guy has got one continuous fin all the way down to its caudal region. You do not see an additional fin here, you see? It's continuous all the way down. That makes this fish a Mad Tom. The next fish we look at here is a chain pickerel. The chain pickerel here is a little bit larger fish. Let me zoom out slightly for this. There we are. So the chain pickerel has its dorsal fin located very, very posteriorly. See this region. Also, its anal fin is located back here as well. It's a very elongated fish. And this also helps. It's got a real beaky sort of face. And then once my zoom comes back here, you can see it has this nice little eye mark here as well. Here we have a bluegill. Now remember, the bluegill, what we're looking for here is we're looking for this dorsal spot. This is on the dorsal fin, okay? You can see that spot there. Additionally, it has bars going vertically down the fish. And if we zoom in, right here, there we are, we can see that this flap, this ear flap, does not extend back very far. That makes this fish the bluegill. There is a small bluegill, and I'll show you a large bluegill next. Here we are with a large bluegill. We'll have to zoom out for this one. There we are. Again, very bulbous fish. Okay, so when I say bulbous, I mean it's large. It's very broad. It's here we are with the little ear flap. Again, it's slightly off the operculum, but not very long. If we were to compare this to the red-breasted sunfish, we would see an elongated ear flap coming back to about right here. Since it only comes right here, that's one of our signs. This is a little bit harder to see right here, but you can still see that black dorsal spot. If you look very carefully, you can still see some of the banding as well. Large bluegill. since we mentioned the red-breasted sunfish, why don't we take a look at the red breast? So I'm going to hold it because it's a little bit bent, but you can see this very elongated ear flap here. Let me set it down here so I can try to get my focus for you. There we are. We'll zoom in a little bit on it here. There we are. So you can see that ear flap very well here. It extends back way off the operculum. That's your key there. Nothing else looks like that. Okay, up next, let's acquire focus here. There we are. We have the warmouth. One of the keys to the warmouth is the blotched sides and streaks along the face. Very clear. Look, the little operculum spot there is very light. It's not very long, so that gives us the warmouth. The final sunfish type fish is here. This is not a true sunfish, this is a bass. However, this is a smallmouth bass, and they're both in the same family. They both belong to Centrarchidae. Okay, so this fish here is more of a overall brownish color. Rounded fins, its anal fin and its a soft dorsal fin is positioned very posteriorly. You can see a very large mouth in comparison to the body shape compared to the others. So this is the smallmouth bass, Micropteryx dolomieu. Okay, so let's take a look now at this guy. This happens to be the bluehead chub. We'll zoom out a little bit so you can see the bluehead chub. So the bluehead chub is a very common fish in our streams, and in this video, in this fish collection, we can determine the bluehead due to its breeding tubercles. If you see it has tubercles on top of its head, that really helps us. Now, if we were out in the streams in our area, we would have to use a few different identity characteristics, but since we have just a limited number of minnows for this fish practice,